What's happening, everybody? Kyle from VR Scout here. Well, Resident Evil 4 VR is officially out in the wild, and if you've yet to play, stop whatever you're doing and go play this game. As if that weren't enough, earlier this week it was revealed that Grand Theft Auto San Andreas will also be heading to the Oculus Quest 2, which begs the question, what other classic video games deserve a VR remake? Anyone who's had the pleasure of playing Bioshock will tell you how incredible this groundbreaking first-person shooter is. Set in the 1960s, 2K Games' one-of-a-kind adventure has you exploring the fictional underwater city of Rapture. Once a sanctuary for great minds seeking freedom from government and societal restrictions, class warfare and a mysterious mutagen known as Adam has turned the city into a nightmarish hell inhabited by a variety of horrific monsters. Bioshock's combination of first-person gunplay and melee combat makes it a perfect fit for the VR format. Not to mention the plasmids, which allow you to harness a variety of unique abilities, from telekinesis to pyrokinetics. Exploring the dark and atmospheric districts that compose Rapture would be an absolute joy in VR, as would seeing a Big Daddy up close and personal. One of the greatest first-person shooters of all time, GoldenEye 007 is a no-brainer for VR headsets. This classic action title has you stepping into the role of legendary secret agent James Bond as you work to prevent a dangerous criminal syndicate from triggering a global financial meltdown. Needless to say, GoldenEye's exciting first-person combat and grandiose set pieces make the game an obvious addition to the list. I can't think of a better way to introduce younger gamers to what could easily be considered one of the most influential first-person shooters of all time. And if you're worried about the gameplay being too dated, there's always GoldenEye 007 Reloaded, a 2011 remake of the original game. Or what about 2002's James Bond 007 Nightfire? This game features an excellent combination of gunplay, driving, and a variety of other exciting action sequences. Widely considered the most popular game in the franchise, Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty is everything fans of the series wanted and more. Whether it be the expertly crafted stealth gameplay or the absolutely bonkers plot, Konami's tactical espionage action game is absolute perfection from start to finish. In Metal Gear Solid 2, players once again take on the role of Solid Snake, as well as rookie agent Raiden, a newcomer to the series. In this action-packed sequel, players navigate a sprawling jungle island as they search for a way to stop a dangerous terrorist organization from killing the US president and triggering a massive environmental catastrophe. I have no doubt the game's cover-based gameplay mechanics and first-person aiming mode would translate beautifully to VR. Those unfamiliar with the series may feel a bit out of the loop, but then again, that's half the fun of a Hideo Kojima game. You can't talk about the best horror games without mentioning 2001's Silent Hill 2. Set in the fictional mountain town of Silent Hill, this obscenely creepy horror adventure game has you playing the role of James Sunderland as he searches for his deceased wife. The game features improved controls over its predecessor, as well as some of the most unsettling imagery featured throughout the series. The game features a variety of combat, but gameplay for the most part revolves around solving puzzles and locating key items needed to progress through certain areas. One of the most interesting aspects of the game was its use of light. A large portion of Silent Hill 2 involves collecting maps, which can only be read when the player is near a light source or has access to a flashlight. Needless to say, skulking through the pitch-black alleyways of Silent Hill in search of a light source would make for an interesting experience in VR. You know what they say, save the most obvious for last. Originally released back in 2008, Dead Space is a masterclass in space horror. In this nerve-wracking science fiction adventure, players take on the role of Isaac Clarke, a deep space engineer as he fights for his life throughout a decrepit mining ship overrun with nightmarish abominations referred to as necromorphs. Dead Space sets itself apart from the pack with its unique combat mechanics. Instead of using standard weaponry such as pistols, rifles, and shotguns, players use Isaac's various engineering tools to literally cut through their enemies. In addition to combat, players are tasked with solving a variety of physics-based puzzles as well as navigating treacherous environments in Zero-G. Whether it be the dark atmospheric environments, terrifying combat, or in-depth weapon crafting, Dead Space feels like it was tailor-made for the VR format. And there you have it, just 5 legendary video games we'd love to play in VR. But what do you think? Were there any games we missed you feel as though deserve to be on the list? Let us know in the comments below.